In March of 1837, Old Hickory retired from his place as our president and received much gratitude from the people of our country for his outgoing leadership. A new president, Mr. Martin Van Buren, took his oath of office in his rightful place as our new leader. The times were fair with our new president, but in just 2 months the tides turned. The Panic of 1837 began. It was a terrible time. During this time, the banks were printing more and more paper money to fill the demand of loans for land in the West. The state banks were handing out money willy-nilly, especially after the National Bank closed. I saw many of my friends fall into the trap of borrowing paper money from the banks. It was a deadly trap. Often silver or gold did not back the paper money. Just before President Jackson left office, he made it so that the only way to buy public land was with gold or silver. I would watch as people madly rushed to the banks to trade in their paper money for silver and gold. Unfortunately, the banks did not have enough to go around and had to close. Even more banks had to close when the cotton farmers couldn't repay loans due to the fall in cotton prices. People were left with no money to support themselves and their family. All around, people were out of work. Our new president started out on the wrong foot. He only gave the slightest effort to help us in our time of loss. His exact words were, "The less the government interferes with private pursuits, the better for the general prosperity." As this economic depression went on, obviously support for the President Van Buren fell. My support for him was completely lost. How could someone in such power sit back when his country needed him? In 1840, just as surprisingly, the Democrats chose Martin Van Buren for re-election. On the Whig side was a more hopeful candidate, William Henry Harrison. He was already a hero and appealed among the common people, including me. William Henry Harrison had already showed his devotion to our country and our people by fighting in the Battle of Tippecanoe. His slogan for the election was, "Tippecanoe and Tyler too." The campaign symbol was simply a log cabin. His campaign got the name the Log Cabin Campaign. William's image was presented as humble and a man of the people. This idea was very smart because it gained him much support for the election. Martin Van Buren received many attacks from Whigs. These attacks were false statements, but the Democrats also attacked the Whigs with false statements. Along the campaign trail, William stopped in our little town in North Carolina. I would stand on the edge of the street and watch the excitement for a new president. People would roll large balls of twine down the street. These balls were covered in the words, "Keep the ball rolling." I witnessed campaigning all over, even by those who could not vote. In the election, William won. In my hometown, cheers seemed to echo off of the walls of buildings. There was high hopes for William Henry Harrison as president. It was planned to build the economy up, create a new national bank, and improve roads and canals. A high tariff was also planned to be put in place. But a new problem arose. President Harrison died of pneumonia only after a few weeks of presidency. John Tyler, the vice president, had to take over as his successor. President Tyler did not like the Whigs' plan for the economy. He opposed the Whigs' ideas. Because of President Tyler's actions, his cabinet resigned. John Tyler was thrown out of the Whigs' party. He had few friends in either party. The Whigs in Congress and President Tyler opposed each other's ideas. He had little influence and was able to do little during his time as our country's president.